everybody, welcome back. I wanted to review the Nevskaya Palitra White Nights watercolors, and there have been a lot of controversial comments about these watercolors that I had reviewed a couple months back. This is the set of 12, which is a great little field palette to have. And I made a little chart for it that I just stick in here. But right at the same time that I ordered this, I also ordered the set of 36 palette. These are extra fine artist watercolors, 36 colors. And it came from the Society for All Artists in the UK. I ordered this back in early December, and it just came today. Their stuff takes like a new moon to get here. It is ridiculously slow coming from their place into the U.S. When I order from Jackson's, I thought that was slow, and that's only about 3.5 weeks, sometimes 4, but 3 to 4 weeks is reasonable, I would think, coming from another country. But this coming from SAA was so slow, and I didn't even realize until today that that's where it was coming from. I ordered them on Amazon. So let's open it up, and I took a little peek at them, and let's get started. I love this palette, the way it looks and the way it feels. It's a nice sleek palette. It measures, one second, let me just grab a ruler here. It measures 10.5 inches across by 5.5, and the depth is at its highest point 1 inch. So you could even take it into the field with you, because it's, you know, for a large palette with 36 colors, it's fairly compact. It is a plastic palette. It is a trifold. It comes with a mixing area on this side, and then this side also folds out with another mixing area. And it's a smaller area with little lips, so you've got 12 areas of mixing on this side. And then here are all the luscious colors. Now, I did go on to the web and looked around for light fast tests, and I found an excellent independent test by a blogger, All Things Owlish. I think she also has a YouTube channel. That sounds so familiar to me, All Things Owlish. And in 2015, she did the light fast test for Nevskaya Palitra's White Nights watercolors. All of them rated 2 to 3, 3 being excellent from Europe, and except for one color, which was rose, and I'm looking for it here. I see ruby. I don't see rose. Maybe they took it out of the palette because it was not fugitive, but it changed color dramatically. There was quinacridone rose, and then there was rose. Here's quinacridone rose, and then carmine. So I'm not sure if they took rose out and replaced it with a different color. There's quinacridone lilac. Anyway, that was the only one that did not fare well. So I was very happy to see the light fast ratings on these colors. I was very impressed. Now, transparency is another thing. I looked online to see if I could find anything regarding transparency of these paints, and I had a lot of trouble finding that out. So I will be doing my own transparency test when I do the swatch of the colors. These are full pans, which is very nice. They do contain white and a neutral black, but with a set of 36, and for an inexpensive palette for 36 colors, I think right now you can get them online for $70 on Amazon. I'm sure you could look around, but if you need to replace a pan, you can replace pans for a couple of dollars, which is pretty cool. You can also buy 2 paints of their extra fine watercolors. Now I want to get a piece of paper because I want to write down all of these. I'm just going to grab a pen real quick here that I can write with, or a pencil or something. Here's a pen. Okay, so I'm going to just list these in order of the colors written down here, so I can go ahead and unwrap all of these and place the pans back in. Now these pans do not lock in place. They've got a little divot here which makes it easy to get your thumb underneath there, or your nail, your fingernail, in order to get the pans out. The pans do not have anything written on them as far as color goes. It just says St. Petersburg, and then it's got this symbol, which I believe is it's the same as this symbol that looks like a 3K to us, but I don't know what it is in Russian, if that's just the Russian flag symbol or something. Maybe Tatiana, maybe you can help me if you watch this and tell me what that means. I've always wondered about that. So I'm going to go ahead and unwrap these, and then I will meet you back. Is a pile of paper, huh? That's all the wrappings from these paints. But I must say, though, that this is a beautiful looking palette, and I cannot wait to see how it's going to fare. This also has a little spot in it where you can put brushes. Looks like you could probably fit a couple brushes in there, maybe not. Let's see if I could fit two. No, you can't, but I could fit one nice big one in there, and it would fit just fine. No problem. That's really nice. So you can fit a brush in there. Or my travel brush or something like that would work as well, which is also pretty cool. Let's see if that would fit. I think it would fit. It should. Yep, fits no problem. So that's good. Anyway, I still have not done the boil water test, and I plan to do that very soon. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow, I'm not sure, but I will do it soon, and I will show you guys the results of that. But let's go ahead and get started with this. And I'm going to go ahead and check all the colors. This has a base of gum arabic and honey, which is why they're a little bit on the shinier side. There must not be a lot of honey in them, though, because they feel fairly dry. They're not squishy at all. So that's kind of good, I think. But they're 2.5 milliliter. It says 2.5 milliliters of pan paint. But these pans are pretty nice size pans. I think they're standard. Let me grab a standard pan here and see if there's any difference. I think they're about the same. I'm just going to grab one of my core paints that I have here. Oh no, actually they're slightly smaller. I don't know if you can see that difference in size. Let me just focus that for you. If I meet it together on this end, they're about the same width. Maybe the White Knights are just a slight hair off. But as far as the length of the pan goes, these are probably 1 to 2 milliliters longer. I'd say 2 milliliters in length longer. Yeah. So regular pans are a tad longer, but that's all right. That's still a pretty decent sized pan, and they fill them to the brim, which you won't find with some other brands. So that's good to know. So now let me go ahead and get some paper, and we can get started with doing a swatch test. Now, unfortunately, one of the hazards of video recording is that you can get an error after you finish doing something, and you can lose your entire clip. Luckily, I split my clips into different sections because I don't always do my videos in one sitting. But as I was editing my video last night, I realized that I lost the entire section on doing the swatch tests and showing you what the colors could do. So, rather than doing the whole thing again, which can get rather boring for all of you, I thought that I would just go through these colors with you one by one and just show you. I will zoom in here to show you the transparencies of these colors. Let me just brighten this up a little bit. Oh, not too much. There we go. So the first color obviously was white. I've got a little splatter here. I just dropped a drop of water on this and it got into my other paints. But the white is semi-transparent. It is not opaque. Then we have cadmium lemon, which is also semi-transparent. Cadmium yellow, semi-transparent. The yellow ochre is transparent, surprisingly. Golden is... looks like it might be transparent or semi-transparent. Then Golden Deep was semi-transparent. Hansa Yellow, transparent, which is surprising because my Daniel Smith one, actually it is semi-transparent. Now that I look at it at a different angle, that black is duller here, so that is semi-transparent. Titan Red is transparent. Ruby is transparent. Cadmium Red Light is semi-transparent. English Red is opaque, which is standard for that color because it is a mineral like from clay from the earth, so it is very opaque. Quinacridone Rose is transparent. Your quinacridone colors are staining, but they're usually transparent. Carmine is transparent. Madder Lake Red Light is transparent. Quinacridone Lilac is transparent. Violet, I cannot tell because it is so deep. Ultramarine Blue, transparent. Azure, transparent. Then, I don't know if I got that in there. Ultramarine Blue, transparent. Azure, transparent. The violet you can't tell because it's such a deep pigment. Then we have Cobalt Blue, transparent. Indanthrene Blue, transparent. Turquoise Blue, transparent. Indigo, transparent. Cerulean Blue, transparent. Yellowish Green, which is hilarious because I don't see a lot of yellow in that green, is transparent. Emerald Green, transparent. Green looks semi-transparent, and olive green is also semi-transparent. Then we have, did I get those in there for you? Yeah. Then I have chromium oxide, which is semi-transparent. Raw sienna, transparent. Burnt sienna, transparent. Umber, transparent, which is the same as raw umber. Burnt umber, transparent. Mars brown, transparent. Sepia, transparent. Neutral black, I cannot tell. And Payne's gray appears transparent, but I'm not absolutely sure on that because of the pigment color. So you can see that these are not opaque paints. Some people call these student paints, but according to what the manufacturer says for these paints, they are extra fine artist watercolors. So take it for what it's worth. I think these colors are pretty freaking nice. Their light fastness is actually pretty nice. Their pigmentation is excellent. Their transparency is fairly good too. So I would say good, actually. So I'm going to say that these are pretty good paints. If you're looking for a set of 36 paints, you don't have a lot of money to invest in tube paints at $14 a piece or $10 a piece or whatever, or if you get M. Graham, they run a little bit cheaper than Daniel Smith and Winsor Newton professional colors, but these colors are pretty good. So if you have to go with something a little less expensive, these are large pans and you're getting transparent paints with good light fast ratings, good to excellent. And yeah, you know, hey, I think they're great. Now what I'm going to do with this, I did do my chart also, as you saw on the video, or as you will see soon. I'm going to take all of these little labels and I'm going to go through with my magnifying glass and I'm going to put all the pigment numbers and their light fast ratings on the chart before I laminate it, which is what I wanted to do with my other chart on my these DIY palette, and I forgot to do it. So, hey, whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a painting with these paints. So I have the chart completed, the one that they gave me, and I'm going to go ahead and laminate it. I got it a little dirty though, I'm bummed, but I'm going to go ahead and laminate it after I write all the colors in, their light fast rating, and if I can find their pigment numbers. I don't know if they were written on the papers or not. I wonder if they were. They're all in my full, very full garbage can, but I wonder if the pigment numbers are on here. I don't see it, but it doesn't mean it's not there. My eyeballs are so bad. My glasses need to be upgraded. I think that's just an address and phone number. Yes. Oh, wait, maybe that's it. There it is, right down there. That is it. And the light fast rating. Holy smokes, I gotta dig them all out. Okie dokie. It's right in the bottom corner, wherever I saw it. This corner, right down there. PB28, cobalt blue, light fast rating of 3. Okay, well, I'll be digging those out and putting them on, so I will let you see the chart once it's all done. Well, I finished the chart here, and there are a few, it looks like I have, as far as multiple pigments go in a color, there's the yellow ochre, of course the black and gray, they always have a few pigments in them. Olive green has 3. Which is pretty standard with most colors. Raw umber has 3, which kind of surprised me. I didn't know that, and I'm not sure if my Daniel Smith is that way or not. And Mars Brown had, nope, it didn't. It only had one. Sepia had 3. Then, and Indigo had 3. Turquoise blue had 2, which is pretty standard. So, other than that, there's quite a few single pigments in here. And as far as transparencies go, I started to look at these again And I'd say, except for the yellow ochre on the top row, these are all pretty much semi-transparent. There were more semi-transparents than I thought. The English red, I gotta find that one because I don't have the pigment on that one. Somehow I missed it. I wonder if it's in my garbage somewhere. But everything else I have down. And then as far as the light fastness rating by the company, everything is considered excellent except for golden is good. Yellow ochre is good. Quinacridone rose is good. That could be questionable. That one might be fair. I'm not sure though. Then we have violet, which is A1. So if you were to use this palette, removing violet from your colors is better. It's better if you mix your violet yourself, like take some Rose Madder Lake, which is a 3, and mix it with your ultramarine blue. That should give you a nice violet. And that way you're better off than using the violet in the palette. And it's good to have these pigments and their transparent and their light fast rating with you, so that when you are looking at your colors, you can learn your pigments and you can also learn your transparencies and your light fast ratings. So violet was the only one that received a poor rating in this palette, according to manufacturer. And green was a 2, which is good. Olive green is a 2. And Payne's Gray is a 2. So that's pretty much it. It's not a bad palette. It really isn't. But like I said, there's a few with multiple pigments, so you have to be careful when mixing colors. But it's a good way to learn to mix colors. So if you do make up charts for your palettes, do this. Write the name, the pigment, the light fast rating, and its transparency next to your colors, and that way you will have it with good access to you at all times. Now I'm going to go ahead and laminate this and put it in my palette. Just have to switch this over, take out my magnetic one, since this is not a metal palette, and slide that one in, put the film underneath here. Close that up and run it through, and I hope I have enough left in this. I would hope. There we go. Yep, I got enough. Good. Phew! There. Now I just need to cut it down. I'm going to go ahead and take my bone folder. Whoops. I don't drop everything all over the place. And I'm just going to run this right along here to make sure I have all bubbles out of here. This will help to make sure that it stays fairly good without popping open on the edge. So let me cut this down and we'll be all set. Okay, so this is done. I've cut it down and hopefully there's enough space inside for it. Just barely enough. But that's good. That means it'll stick in there really well. Let me get going on a quick painting here. And, oh, I forgot to put the pigment number in for English Red. Darn it. I always forget something. Duh. Oh, well. Doesn't matter. I really don't care. I won't use that color a whole lot because it's opaque anyway. So, that's fine. But let me think about what I can paint here today. Let me find something.
Okay, so that's pretty much it for this quick watercolor. And everybody remember, be courageous, paint with wild abandon, and be kind to each other. Bye-bye.